Hi, everybody. Bill Broad. We're on the floor of the Northeast Dairy Convention in beautiful Mount Airy, Pennsylvania. Have here Nathan Pistner, President of New York State Cheese Manufacturers.
Yes.
You guys are conferencing together with the Northeast Dairy Association. So tell us about that association and how you guys have
Sure.
worked together.
Yeah, this is our third year of collaborating with the Northeast Dairy Foods Association, and it's been very successful. In the past, both associations had their own individual fall meetings, and even though they didn't overlap, they were close enough, and a lot of the same attendees attended both of them. So before Bruce Krepke passed away, Bruce and I had started the discussion, and then as things kind of evolved, we decided to collaborate together, and then COVID happened. So a couple years ago was our first one back in at Chautauqua Lake, and it was highly successful, very well attended, and just the energy and the whole response that we got from that made it seem like this is going to be a good partnership.
That's great. So what are some of the points of intersection that the cheese manufacturers and dairy producers, what are
Sure.
some of those points of intersection?
Yeah, so the New York State cheese manufacturers mostly comprises of cheese manufacturers, obviously, but also some vendors and suppliers, some milk co-ops, some culture houses, things like that. So we're a little more focused on our membership, and so partnering with a group like Northeast Dairy Foods Association just expands that whole networking opportunity that any member of either association it just broadens the options. And when they come to a convention like this to learn about different industries, learn about different people and different businesses.
Do you face common regulatory issues and legislative issues that you can collaborate on?
Sure. Yep. It's one thing that the Northeast Dairy Foods brings is the legislative or the political side. The cheese manufacturers, we try to stay focused on educational purposes, but the Northeast Dairy Foods, that's one great benefit that they bring. And so whether it's dairy industry or just food industry in general, that could impact dairy industry. They've done all the research and the homework, and they bring the topics that we need to know about.
Now, the business of cheese didn't suffer quite as much as dairy, as we just heard from Ed Gallagher's presentation. Why do you think that is?
So, during COVID, as people stayed home, they cooked at home a lot more, and cheese is a very important ingredient in a lot of foods. Some people don't realize that, but when you think about everything that cheese is in,
it's great comfort.
Yeah, for sure. Mac and cheese, pizza, grilled cheese sandwiches. There's just a lot of things that you probably don't even think about day to day that incorporates cheese. So, I think that's one reason why cheese probably hasn't been impacted so much, and in fact, it continues to grow year over year. And then if you decide to go out to a restaurant, the same thing. I mean, the food service industry is a huge consumer of cheeses, all different types. We're kind of we kind of weather the storm regardless of how the economy is or what's going on.
So what are some of the big issues that cheese manufacturers are facing, and how are you guys getting over the hump?
Yeah. Labor's one. So what Kim's doing in the presentation she just gave is a great opportunity for us to take advantage of something like that. Labor's probably the biggest hurdle that we're facing right now. The last couple of years, inflation, rising raw material costs, and not necessarily that doesn't always reflect in the end product costs going up either, because cheese is a commodity, so it's traded on a commodity market. So the other challenges that we face is, how do we combat those rising prices? Cost savings ideas, higher efficiencies, things like that. Trying to really think outside the box of how some plants have been doing things for the last 10 or 15 years.
So let's get a little closer to home. You have a big project going right now, right?
Yeah,
Tell us
we
about
do.
that. It's going to be a big impact to the North Country in New York State.
Yeah, for sure. We are building a new site in Franklinville, New York, which isn't too far from our existing.
Not just a little site.
Yeah, it's a very large project, probably one of the largest dairy plants, definitely east of the Mississippi. But it's something that Great Lakes has committed to investing in as a company as Great Lakes, we're very excited about it. Things are moving as they should so far, and then from a state perspective, and especially cheese manufacturers, it just broadens the level of interest and the membership that we have going in that. So with a sizable project like that, there's lots of vendors, lots of suppliers that are going to help build that facility. So with that, that they will be able to join the Manufacturers Association.
Nice. And also have need for a lot of new employees.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
So how would somebody who's interested in working for Great Lakes, what would they do to find out what opportunities are available?
Yep. The easiest way, just go on our website, greatlakescheese.com. There's a career tab. Once you click on that career tab, there's an option of the 9 different facilities that we have throughout the country. And whatever state or facility that you're interested in, just click on that, and then it brings up a list of available opportunities.
Perfect. We'll put a link at the end of this video to that HR link. And also, Nathan mentioned Kim Bukowski's workforce development. Put a link to that too, because that's also really a significant happening. Different discussion for a different day.
Yeah.
Nathan, thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.